Now that you understand the importance of crate training, let's go through the steps to help your pup feel comfortable in their new home. Step 1, you're going to have to positively expose your dog to the crate. To do that, you're going to place the crate right next to you, sitting down on the floor at your dog's level. Using toys or food, something that gives your dog some motivation to come near the crate. Remember, the very first step is making sure your puppy is not afraid of the crate. After your dog is coming near, maybe sniffing, the next step, step 2, is getting your dog to go into the crate. You could do this one of two ways. One, you could just ask your dog for a different behavior that your dog knows, like sit or eye contact, mark it, and reward your dog near the crate, like maybe just yet. Or you can simply have a game of play where you're playing with their toy and you accidentally toss it near the crate. Maybe like if you're playing with one of those little squeaker squirrels, like half of it goes inside the crate and the other half is out. Remember, the goal of step 2 is just getting your dog to drive into the crate. You're going to want to stay in that stage for a pretty long period of time. In that stage, you're going to want your dog to go completely all the way in. So you're going to gradually move your object, whether you're playing with the toy or your food, you're going to get it closer and closer to the back of the crate. And that might take 2-3 days, or it might take one session. Step 3, you're going to have to build duration in the crate. Again, this is all being done with the door open. So again, step 3, duration. We got to spend more time in the crate. How you know your dog is feeling more comfortable is that they're bringing their back legs in to the crate. They're like walking in, turning around. That's when you know, okay, my dog's got it. At that point, you're going to pay your dog before they leave to basically stop them in the track. Now that your dog has gone all the way in the crate and maybe they've turned around, you know that you can build duration. They're comfortable. So to build duration in the crate, you can toss their food or their toy into the crate, and as they go in and they spin back around, you're going to meet them right where their mouth is before they come on out, delaying their exit by maybe 1 or 2 seconds. So again, puppy goes in, turns around, and you meet them right before they come out. You're going to stay in stage 3 for as long as it takes to build a pretty good amount of duration. The goal is let's say you have like 4 pieces of 4 treats in your hand. You're going to toss one in to get your dog in. They're going to go into the crate, spin back around. You're going to place 1 treat by their mouth, and you're going to go 2, 3 for a total of 4 treats, and then back up. If your dog hesitates for 1 second, that's awesome. They're okay. They're comfortable being in the crate. And then the next repetition, you're going to feed, but you're going to bring your hands up for 1 second, and then you're going to feed again. And then 1 second, and you're going to feed again. And you're going to stay at that level until you can get more and more time in the crate. So what you'll do is you'll feed, but then you'll delay 2 seconds, and then you'll come back down. So typically when we're doing crate training, we'll stay at that stage 3, and we'll work with 3 or 4 pieces of their treats, and we'll get up to where we're going 5 seconds in between treats. So you've got 20 seconds to 30 seconds in the crate already. Now, once you've gotten there, the rest comes pretty quickly. But you're going to begin moving the door, not closing, but I want your puppy to hear the sound of the door moving. So level stage 4, dog is in the crate, staying busy. You can scatter food inside the crate and the door moves. They can see it and they can hear it and they can feel it. But we're not there yet. That's stage 4, is movement of the door. Then stage 5, your dog by now has really gotten used to being in the crate. And now you've gradually worked your way up to not just moving the door, but you're closing the door. You're closing and you're opening, you're closing, maybe 1 zip if you're using a soft carrier, or you're hooking it and you're unhooking it. But the point is you're messing with the door while they're in the crate. If your dog scratches or barks or gets frustrated or panics, you've gone too far too fast. You're going to want to have to back off a little bit. Take those levels back down, right? We want your dog to enjoy being in the crate. This is a process. It's not easy, but my goodness, once you get there, it's amazing. All right, moving on to step 5. Once you've closed the door, you have to build duration with the door closed. You still can't leave, guys. You've got to keep your puppy in the crate and you're still sitting there next to them. You're going to stay in level 5 and it's going to look like something like, this is where we'd pull out a bully stick or an antler. We'd give your dog something to do for a long time while they're sitting next to you in a crate. And this is where we talked about the Netflix and crate, where your dog, you watch Netflix, your dog hangs out in their crate with the door shut, chewing on a bone. And you do this several times before you begin leaving. And level 6 or stage 6, now your dog sees you leave and it's not a big deal. You don't want to make a big deal when you leave, and you definitely don't want to make a big deal when you come back. You just simply walk away and come back. You go walk over to the dining room table, touch the table and come back. You go turn the TV volume on, actually get up without the remote control. You get up and you come on back. And then you gradually work your way around the room, getting coffee. Again, your dog has to have something to do. Something so powerful that they can see you, but it's not really worth moving, right? So that's where you pull out the good stuff. Save it for this type of training. Then you go into the next level, is that your dog is in the crate alone and you're going to build duration of the time that you're gone. And this is where, if you really focus on it, you can really work through the problem of leaving your dog alone and them stressing out. So you're going to stay in this phase for quite a bit of time. You're going to add, every successful week, we usually add 15 more minutes. So for a puppy that's 8 weeks old and you're going through this and you've gotten to the point where you can leave and they're okay, you might start off with just an hour. And then the following week, it's an hour and 15 minutes that you're gone. And then an hour and a half. And next thing you know, you can leave your puppy for 4 or 5 hours, right? They're comfortable. They've got something to do. Of course, you want to make sure that they've been exercised, they've gone potty, they've gone poop, they've gone all of that stuff, and they're ready. If you plan on flying with your puppy, you're going to move on to the next series of training, which is more movement in the crate. I take my dog to work all the time, wherever I'm going. He used to work with me all the time when I had a gym. Now he goes with me when I do my dog training. He's a helper dog, so he's required to go in a crate in my car. And now a lot of dogs don't feel comfortable with that. It's something you're gonna have to work your way up to. But the crate in a car, short trip, go to like Starbucks, grab a puppuccino, right? Give your dog a puppuccino while they're in the crate in the car. That's how you can add a little bit of movement. And if you plan on flying with your puppy, you're going to have to add one more thing, and that's distractions. So while your dog is in a carrier or a crate, it's most likely a carrier, that needs to see movement of people walking by, so don't freak out. How we do this is by using a wagon while your dog is in a crate. Put him in a wagon and just go down some area kind of far away from people at first and gradually work your way to where he doesn't care, right? You can use food and you can use play. Again, your dog should be tired. Your dog should be prepared to be in a crate to chill out and relax. So a couple things that you can do to help speed up the process. Sleeping in the crate at night. Every time your dog is in the car, they should be in a crate. And spend time with your puppy while they're in the crate at home. So not always leaving every time you put them in the crate. And alternate, change up the duration that they go in the crate. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's when you go to the bathroom or take a shower. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 hours. Change it up. All right, guys. Hopefully that was really helpful for you, and looking forward to seeing you in the next training video. Bye for now.